you speak like with animals, but your shows is ethics, and maybe it's produced,
now we start with whataboutism.
children.
How is that a
Children
justification
in-
for you to send animals into slaughterhouses?
Yeah, but you continue to wear ethics.
But nobody had to be killed and stabbed to death for them, you know. And also, I
You don't know. Maybe people are
Okay,
killed
but for certain.
reasons.
Okay, I did it like once every 5 years, and I know it's not good. I will take care of it for the next time. It's a fair point. It's a fair point, but it's not about this discussion about the animals have shit to do with my shoes, okay? But they have something to do with your choices, like when you buy animal products. Okay, so thank you for stopping by. So why shouldn't we legalize animal abuse?
Because it's bad for animals, for the comment santé, for the health, for the
animals.
Yeah, of the animals.
Yeah, but why is it bad to abuse them? Why?
Yeah, because they
are gentle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they can feel pain.
Yeah.
They feel what we do to them,
yeah.
right?
They're like human. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah, to put it in other words, if I get punched, I will feel it. If an animal gets punched, they will feel it, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same. On the inside, there's someone experiencing it, right? Do you think that this goes for all the animals?
For us.
For all animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
the
no
same, it's the same
exceptions?
for all. No exceptions.
Yeah, so we should not abuse animals in any circumstance, right?
Yes. Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So then, how do you think about, what do you think about the animals that we force into slaughterhouses?
Tu en penses quoi des animaux qu'on met dans les abattoirs et tout?
I don't eat so lot of meat. I reduce my consumption.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah?
Don't worry. Yeah.
I reduce my consumption.
Yeah.
And but I continue to eat meat, but now it's very comment tu peux
Very little.
Yeah. Little.
I mean, I agree that a little less violence is better than more violence, but wouldn't it be the preferable option to not cause any harm or violence?
Yeah.
Because all these animal products are optional, right? We don't need them
Yes.
to survive.
Me, I'm not ready to finish to eat meat
Why is that?
because I love meat.
Okay, but the question is, are you for or against animal abuse?
I'm
Est-ce que t'es pour l'abus des animaux?
no, but
You're against it.
yeah.
But then you turn around and you pay slaughterhouses to put animals into gas chambers, to electrocute them, to stab them to death, to slit their throat, right?
I don't think at this when I eat meat.
Of course. I mean, I was raised as an animal eater as well, but I don't do it anymore, of course. And now the question just is, why not stop immediately? Because you're against it. You accepted that animals should not be abused because they can feel our impact on what we do to them. And if you don't want to be in their position, like from the victim's perspective, do you think that this is fair what we do to them for something optional, for something that we will forget in a few minutes after we purchased and ate it?
We know it's bad, but we love it. It's complicated for.
It's the taste, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, do you think that taste, convenience, or tradition justifies murdering someone? And exploiting someone? And bringing someone into existence to exploit them?
Maybe no.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, next question. Just imagine I would have any animal right here, right now, okay? A dog, a cat, a chicken, a pig. Let me finish. But let me,
we don't eat.
That's
a
not the
dog and
question.
cats.
That's not the question, okay?
All of them animals. But
Yes, but just picture it, okay? Picture any animal right now, because they can feel the same, okay?
Yeah.
And now picture me taking a knife and I want to attack them. Would you hold me back or would you join?
Yeah, we'll hold you back. Yeah.
Non, comment on dit les abattoirs?
Les slaughterhouses, ouais.
Slaughterhouses. But it's not like a knife in the.
It's not like in the
it's not killing the.
Are you
the
still
animal.
believe in humane slaughter, you mean? How do you humanely kill someone who doesn't want to die? How can I kill you, although you want to still continue to live?
I don't know.
Yeah, the thing is, what I want you to understand is that even, are you the parents? I assume, right?
It's my nephew.
It's your okay. I assume that all of you are against animal abuse, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
then you're already vegan at heart. Because veganism is not a diet. Most people think it is. Veganism means to reject the commodification and exploitation of animals. Because they're sentient, they can feel. So when you are against the exploitation and commodification of individuals, they are not objects, right? They're subjects. When you are against it, you're vegan at heart.
And you are vegan?
Of course.
Of course.
Of course, otherwise I wouldn't do that.
That's why I love this conversation.
Yeah.
Because I like escargot.
Yes, and the thing is, my stance is, we don't need animal products to survive. We can thrive on a plant-based diet. We don't need to wear their skin or their fur. We don't need to go to the zoo. We don't need that shit. We don't need to exploit animals. And why the fuck are we doing it then when we can stop?
Yeah, we only need B12. It's true.
Yeah, it's true. And the thing is, I understand that it might be hard because you grew up like this and it's tasty and stuff, but I promise you will find tasty stuff in a vegan version as well.
In the story of humanity, we always it's meat.
It's even 10,000 years ago.
Okay, is it a good justification because we've been doing something for a long time to continue to do it? So when we've been enslaving black people, we should have continued it because we were doing it for a long time? I mean,
It's not the same, you can't compare the two.
Oh, you can compare it very well. Because these animals, they're not free. They are literally enslaved. They're illegally enslaved. They're our property. They have numbers instead of names. Of course they're enslaved. It's exactly the same thing. We say, you have the wrong species, you have the wrong skin color, you have the wrong gender, that's why I oppress and discriminate you. Racism, sexism, speciesism, it's the same.
We can't speak with her.
And I can speak to some people. Is it okay to murder them now?
We can't speak with the dog or...
But there are also people that I cannot talk to. Is it okay to murder them? Like a baby. I cannot talk to a fucking baby. I cannot talk to a Chinese person. Is it okay to murder them now?
In English.
Maybe I cannot understand you, you French boy, you know? Is it okay to slaughter you now? It's not. Come on, you see, your arguments are not holding up. It doesn't make any sense. You're against animal abuse. They can feel pain and suffering. We oppress them. It's not necessary. And you can stop immediately. You're not animal abusers, are you?
Well, no. Even I can tell about you when you were small. You were beaten at school by other boys because you were trained to save insects and spiders.
And now you send other animals to gas chambers?
But I always
But you're responsible, yeah, but every time you do it, you create a demand. You say, breed them into existence on my behalf, exploit them on my behalf, kill them on my behalf, create more on my behalf. You're responsible, literally.
It's not the same to kill animals with comment on dit plaisir? With pleasure?
Yes.
And to kill animals for
taste
eating.
Pleasure, you mean?
No, it's not for pleasure. It's for...
It's taste pleasure. It is
No,
literally pleasure.
it's for survive. We can't survive.
No. You are not in a survival situation when you have access to a supermarket where there are all the vegan products, where you can buy rice, beans, lentils, soy products. You can buy fruits, vegetables. You can buy beans. You can buy like nuts, seeds, lentils. You can buy anything, you know. And when you're at the supermarket, you're already there. So it's not a survival situation. And trust me, in a fucking survival situation, I would eat you. You see what I'm saying? But it's not the case with these animals that we continuously, systematically breed into existence to exploit and to fucking decapitate them. It's not the same, and it's fucking unfair. They've done nothing wrong, you know what I'm saying?
But you are vegan because you have the possibility, you have money.
It's the cheapest food in the supermarket is vegan, come on.
Really?
It's the cheapest, yeah, there was even an Oxford study that says that on average a vegan is spending 30% less money, on average.
Okay.
So... Like, don't get me wrong. I've heard all these arguments hundreds of times.
You don't eat eggs and.
No, of course not. I don't eat the period of a bird.
It's not a murder egg.
No, you see with vegetarian. Yeah, but you see the thing with vegetarian products such as dairy, like milk and eggs, is that once these animals don't produce eggs or milk anymore, what do you think what happens to them?
We turn them to food.
Yeah, we send them to the slaughterhouse to decapitate them, to replace them with a new animal.
All of the animals will stop?
Yeah, all of them will end up in the slaughterhouse, all of them. Like at a fraction of their lifespan. Like we send pigs into gas chambers when they're 6 months old. We put baby male chicks in a blender on their first day of life, and literally in an open blender, because they're worthless to the industry, because they don't lay eggs. Every time you buy eggs, you also pay for male chicks to be blended up alive.
I have chicken in my house.
Yeah.
And I ate the eggs of my chicken. I don't feel like a murder.
Yeah, of course, I understand, but you gotta question, where do these chickens come from? From a breeding facility? Because what is happening to the male chicks then? And what is going to happen when they don't lay eggs anymore? And why don't you feed the eggs back?
I don't kill my chicken when they stop to produce eggs.
Yeah, but you see, these chicken are bred to lay many eggs per year, you know? And it takes a lot of nutrients out of their body. And usually it's best for them to feed the eggs back to the birds because they need the nutrients, you know? Because we bred them to lay more eggs than they could actually handle to lay. So it would be best to not just take what is theirs, their eggs, and to just like feed it back, you see? It is not our skin, not our mother's milk, not our eggs, not our fur. It is not our flesh. It is theirs. It's not ours. We just take it because we oppress them.
These chickens have names.
Yeah,
Then you fucking betray them when you commodify them.
yeah. I say the name of my chicken. You want one is Kimberly
Yeah.
and Beverly.
Kimberly and Beverly?
Yeah.
Okay, so so why don't you give Kimberly and what was it? I'm sorry, Beverly.
And Kimberly.
Yeah, why don't you give the two back their eggs? Like you don't need it for survival, and they need it more than you. Absolutely. Like you just read it up.
I mean, I need it. I love it. It's.
Yeah, but we already clarified that taste, tradition, convenience. It's not a justification.
Ouais, douleur, pain. No, c'est.
Also,
But
can
they
you
are-
step
they
a
are-
little bit more into this, just a little bit? Yeah.
They have no pain when they produce eggs.
Yeah, but that's not the point. It's still exploitative.
but-
See, and if someone is cutting my hair off while I sleep, if someone would come, cut my hair off while I sleep to make a nice scarf out of it, I wouldn't feel it. It wouldn't be painful, but it would be exploitative because I cannot consent to it, and it's my hair, you see? So anything you take from these animals, I cannot consent to any of that. You know, you're not acting in their interest if you do stuff like that. And also, if you eat eggs and your neighbor sees it, you're sending out a signal that it's okay to eat eggs. And then your neighbor is like, oh, well, look at these animal-friendly people. I will also eat eggs right now because obviously there's no problem with it. And it's a huge problem with it, of course.
But you think my chicken think at the eggs we steal?
They cannot comprehend, they cannot think in that sense, but still it would be better to feed it back to them because they need the nutrients more than you do.
Yes, but what will...
Like, don't treat your friends like that. If these chickens are your friends, you don't take from them without, you just give back what they need and you just don't view them as an egg machine, you know, because apparently you do, like an egg machine with name.
It's not an egg machine. We love it. It's really nice chicken. Very nice.
Yeah, of course, but you already understood that these are unique personalities. You even named them. It's the same for all the other animals. So why not reject animal exploitation and commodification once and for all? Because when you don't, it means that you will still exploit animals from now on. And now the real question is, what it comes down to from this moment on, how many animals should be bred into existence to be exploited and killed on your behalf from this moment on? 0 or more than 0? What are you wishing for?
I would like to, I don't know. I mean... I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, let me ask you this question then. How many... And your answer I still want to know. How many animals should be bred into existence to be exploited and killed from now on your behalf? 0 or more than 0? What are you wishing for?
0.
On my behalf, a lot.
You want a lot of animals?
Oh no, you
None.
asked how many animals are slaughtered on my behalf.
Yeah? From this moment on, what do you
From
wish
this
for?
moment on,
No, should be. What do you
should
think?
be none.
None,
But
right?
during
None.
my life,
And you?
De quoi c'est quoi la question?
En fait, c'est combien d'animaux devraient être massacrés pour ton bonheur, pour ton plaisir.
Non, ouais.
Donc des vaches, combien tu estimes que ce serait normal?
Comment on dit massacrer en anglais?
Massacre.
It's not massacre. Normally in the comment on dit les abattoirs?
Slaughterhouses.
They are comment on dit tranquilliser? Ils sont.
They tranquilize them.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
tranquilizer.
you know, I'm an undercover investigator, so I've seen the good farms, the free range, I've seen the nice farms, the small farms, the big farms, the factory farms. I've been in it, I've seen it with my own eyes, and let me tell you, they fucking fool you. They want to sell you products. That's why they make it sound nice, and it's humane slaughter, and oh look, there's a nice label on it. The animals had a great life. Oh, they were running around freely on a green grass, you know, but it's all bullshit. They want to sell you a product. They don't give a shit about animals. Otherwise, they wouldn't exploit them and chop them up into pieces and sell their body parts. And so the illusion of a nice humane slaughter is an oxymoron. You know, you cannot slaughter someone humanely who doesn't want to die. You know.
You speak like with animals, but your shows is ethics, and maybe it's produced,
Now we start with whataboutism.
children.
How is that a
Children
justification
in-
for you to send animals into slaughterhouses?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just not. You see, and we don't have to point to other things because this is not the topic at the moment. Okay, we're talking about the exploitation of animals and how to reject them and how.
We are animals, so it is exploitation of people. Is not.
You are not enslaved as these animals are. Nobody is giving you a number you take. Nobody is sending you to the slaughterhouse. Nobody decides when you are born and when you are killed. Nobody is taking your hair, your skin, your life, your children. Nobody is doing that.
No,
So
I agree, but I think there is a fair comment, is that if you are for animal well-being, you also like the nature in general on the planet. And some non-sustainable brands like ASICS, it's also a fair point.
yeah,
It has nothing to do with the
it's
animal suffering.
something else. It's for another discussion. I completely agree. Yeah, I completely
If
agree.
you're
Yeah,
vegan,
but you
would
continue to wear ASICS. And
But
maybe-
nobody had to be killed and
Firm.
stabbed to death for them, you know. And also, I
You
don't.
know. You don't know. Maybe people. Are
Okay,
killed
but it's for certain. Okay,
We don't kill chickens to eat the egg.
yeah, you do. Yeah, and I explained it to you again. When you demand eggs and when you buy eggs, you create a demand for these animals to be bred into existence, for all the male chicks to be. Let me finish. And all the male chicks will be blend up alive on their first day of life because they don't lay eggs. They're useless to the industry, right? And when a hen is not laying enough eggs anymore, what happens? We send them to the slaughterhouse, we decapitate them, and we replace them with a new animal who's laying eggs again, okay? So every time you buy eggs, you pay for fucking murder. You absolutely do, you know? And also, I don't buy ASICs every 3 times a day to feed my sensory pleasure. I did it once every 5 years, and I know it's not good. I will take care of it for the next time. It's a fair point. It's a fair point, but it's not about this discussion about the animals have shit to do with my shoes, okay? But they have something to do with your choices, like when you buy animal products. Every time you buy animal products, you are responsible for animals to be put into that position of exploitative industries, and you can't just stop it.
So what do we eat tonight? Salad.
But this is not what a plant-based diet is. You know, there's so much more. You have 70,000 edible plants and 4 animals that everyone eats again.
But you think the animals think the dogs when they I know ton voisin.
Yes.
The dogs of a neighbor they killed
They
many.
ate my chickens, yeah.
And
Well, that's bad. I mean, I would try to prevent it, but the question is, where do you have your chickens from? Did you rescue them or did you buy them from a breeder?
comment on dit, il a pas eu de sensibilité.
La question, c'est qu'elle demande, c'est vos poules, vous les avez achetées ou vous les avez sauvées?
No, we don't know how to save a chicken.
So where did you get those chickens from?
We buy.
I got
Yeah.
them from a local friend.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but we save her from ad. Comment on dit une vidure
They live free in the garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
they
But
are
when you still view them as an egg machine,
they.
I don't like eggs, so I don't really.
Yeah, but-
I mean, I like eggs.
still, it's not a good reasoning to say I just don't like it. I'm here to make you understand the concept of animal rights. Because let me ask you another question, okay? Are you for human rights?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we shouldn't enslave and exploit and oppress other humans based on their skin color, gender, whatsoever, because they're sentient individuals who can experience that oppression, that enslavement, and that exploitation, right? And we shouldn't discriminate others based on traits that they are born with, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So animal rights is the logical extension of human rights because there is no ethically relevant difference between us and them that justifies the different treatment, right? There is no, of course there are differences between you and I, many differences. You're a male, I'm a female, you have a different height, I have different thoughts, many differences, but none of these differences are a good enough justification to stab you to death. None of them are. And of course there's a lot of differences between me and a dog, of course, but none of these differences are good enough to justify stabbing a dog to death and not me, or the other way around, or a pig or chicken. You see, name the fucking trait. This is what I'm asking. What's the trait that justifies the different treatment? What is it? Why is it okay? What's about the pig that it makes it okay to stab them to death, to commodify them, to treat them as an object, to...
No, nothing justifies murder.
Nothing
but
justifies commodifying and exploiting others. Nothing does. Nothing.
But me when I maybe it's bad, but when I eat meats, I don't think to this.
Exactly,
Yeah, of
that's
course,
why
it's
we're
called-
having this
That's why
conversation.
It's called cognitive dissonance.
This conversation is about getting conscious, and then you make your choice. And actually, you are against animal abuse, of course. You think they should have the same right, but the custom, you're used to eating meat. We are used to eating meat. It's
I
our.
will continue.
We've been raised like that, and this conversation is about trying to think differently about animals, and maybe then make different choices. It's not about forcing you to something.
I cannot force anyone to go vegan. I would like to, but as long as you're not, sorry for interrupting, but as long as you're not living vegan, you're literally forcing animals into existence, in an exploitative life, and into their death. You're literally forcing others when you're not living vegan, you see. And so the question really is, why would you continue to oppress others when you have the option to not do it at all?
Yeah, but with the animal, they eat meats for life.
They also rape each other and eat their own children. Is it a justification for me to do the same now? Is it a justification to rape others because lions rape others?
No, not
So
this.
you cannot pick and choose. You know, lions also greet each other while sniffing at each other's butts. I also don't do it just
I
because
don't
lions
that,
do it.
But they did the same. So why I should do this? I should don't eat meat for the animal cause.
Because you are a moral agent. You can think. You have a human brain that can rationalize
they don't
and
have
that can think about morals and ethics. I at least hope so that you can.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and the thing is, the reason why it feels so weird, because I've been there too. Trust me, I've been a non-vegan for so many years of my life, and I've been there too, and I know it can feel weird as fuck, because why is everybody doing it? I think it was okay all my life. What is wrong about it, right? But it feels wrong because there's something in our head, it's called cognitive dissonance. It means that you believe in one thing while simultaneously believing in another thing. You believe that animals should be protected, shouldn't be abused. I love animals. And then you just turn around and you fucking stomp them in your mouth. You just eat them. You know, that's cognitive dissonance. It's just like saying, oh, I love humans, and then I go around and punch them in the face. It's the same thing. You know, it's a cognitive dissonance.
Yeah, but you are vegan because you have your choice. And
Because of what?
because you have the choice of be vegan. You have alternative.
By the definition of veganism, everyone on this planet can live vegan. By the definition of it, it's to reject animal exploitation and commodification as far as practicable and possible. Which doesn't mean that you have a free pass to just like buy animal products whenever it's a little inconvenient, but it means that you really aim to not harm others, that you really aim to not exploit others, that you aim to not put animals into these situations where we put them in gas chambers and electrocute them and stab them to death. I mean, what the fuck are we talking about?
But if tomorrow we have just meat to eat in this earth, you will
I
not.
will eat you if there's nothing else, trust me. Yeah, of course. But this is not the situation that I'm in, or that you're in, or that you're in, or that you're in. We all have access to supermarkets where we have the basic foods which are available all around the globe. As I said, fruits, veggies, rice, lentils, beans, seeds, nuts, whatever. All these things, even tofu, seitan, tempeh, mushrooms, whatever you name it, okay? And there's so much variety of things that you can eat that don't exploit others, that don't put animals into existence to exploit them. You see, this is a big thing that we're talking about. This is why I'm so emotionally about it, because I know I've seen them die. I've seen them being stabbed. Let me phrase that newly. They're not dying. I've seen them being killed in front of my eyes. I've seen them being stabbed to death, being electrocuted, screaming for their lives in gas chambers, thrashing around, breaking bones because they want to escape and they can't. And there's none of it is justifiable in any way whatsoever. Absolutely fucking not. If it would be you in their position, I would speak up for you in the same manner, but you have human rights, thank God, right? You're not enslaved, you're not exploited, you're not oppressed, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can decide and make good choices that don't oppress others, who are sentient individuals, who are so innocent, the most innocent animals on this earth. Cows, pigs, sheep, goats, chickens. I mean, come on, what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Sorry.
Yes.
I really like this conversation because it's about
Yeah.
making us conscious of
Yeah.
everything. And we have to stop now.
Yes, it's
But
fine.
I think they will
Let me give you a flyer
will
still.
remember.
Okay, it was a good conversation.
you.
Shake hands. Okay,
It's
same
very
with you.
good that they
Same with you.
did it. They went the conversation.
Yeah,
with
the
you.
thing is, you just have to know. Let me just ask you 2 questions, okay? Last questions. You understand that as long as you're not living vegan, you are complicit in animal exploitation and abuse?
Yeah.
Yes, and
Yes.
you understand that you can stop immediately, yes?
Yes.
Yes, but
That's enough.
Yes. You
Thank
can.
you.
It doesn't mean you will do
we
it.
can, but
I'm really impressed by you.
Oh, I'm doing it every day, so. Okay, so this one is for you.
thank you.
Just read it for yourself and make up your own mind, okay? Think for yourself. Don't ask anybody else for opinion. Just think for yourself.
It's a very good
One is
conversation.
enough.
Okay, yours is enough. Okay, have a wonderful life. A vegan life, I hope so. Otherwise, I will find you and...
You will forget everything about human rights, right?
Thank you.
No, it's
Applause
just
for you.
figuratively.
It's
Thank
very
you.
good.
Good work.
Please,
Break the circle.
yes, please break the circle and
Yeah.
think of the victims of your choices. Don't put animals into these positions. You're not an animal abuser. You're not, then act accordingly.